Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Adriana, and I will be walking you slash visually guiding you through a Hatha style asana class today. This is my first time doing this, so I am going to be doing this while giving myself grace, and I hope you are giving yourself grace. And as always, everything I say is simply a suggestion. You are always going to be your body's best teacher and advocate. So listen to your sensation, your pain meter, your feel good meter. Stay in poses that feel good for longer. Back out of things that don't feel good or don't serve you sooner. And if anything ever becomes too much, you can always use a child's pose, balasana, or maybe a happy baby or puppy pose, any sort of restorative shape or asana that you would like to come into. Give yourself full permission to do so. So to begin, let's warm up the spine with the 7 spinal actions. So I would ask you all to come to a comfortable seated position of your choice. This can be easy pose. You can come to sit up on a block if you'd like to bring some elevation to your pelvis. Just doing what feels good for you. Staff works great too. Tall knee, your choice. So to begin, everything is optional except for your breathing. So bring attention to your breath. Sitting tall, shoulders dropping away from ears. Maybe you inhale, bring them all the way up. Exhale, let them fall down on their own. Eyes closed or half gaze, your choice. And just begin to breathe as is. You can move away any flesh, tissue, clothing that is in the way, and do you. You can also use this moment to think of an intention that you would like to use as your anchor anytime you get distracted, as we tend to do being humans. Come back to your intention or come back to your breath. In through the nose, out through the nose, or pursed lips. If you haven't already, you can begin to add length and depth to the breath. Your next inhale, arms up and overhead. Palms can face each other, or bring your palms to the back of your head. Look up or lean back any amount that feels good for you today. Good. Finish the round of breath you're on. Your next exhale, release your palms. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, drop your right palm to the mat. Lean over to the right and lean out. Keeping your left shoulder in line with the right, making sure it doesn't fall forward. Good. Inhale, come up to center. Exhale, drop left palm down to the mat. Lean over to the left any amount. Remembering to root through both sit bones. And then the right might try to lift up, just rooting down. Strong and steady, sweet breath. Breathing into your side body. Good. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, twist to the left any amount. Left hand, twist to the right any amount. Left hand comes to right knee. Right hand comes somewhere near your lower back or anywhere on your right side, just further allowing you to twist on exhale. Lengthen on inhale. Exhale, twist and warm it. Good. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, now twisting to the left. Right arm reaches towards left knee. Left hand somewhere near lower back or anywhere on your left side. Noticing maybe here that no two bodies the same, no two sides of the same body the same. Pulling gaze over left shoulder. Again, using exhales to twist and warm out. Inhales to lengthen through the side. Good. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, bring arms into cactus, leading with the elbows. Elbows in line with your shoulders. Sensing for your shoulder blades here, seeing if they can come any more amount together. Shoulders still dropping away from your ears. If you find your shoulders like to creep up, you can always bring your arms out into a V. This allows the shoulders to naturally fall away without overexerting yourself. Good. Exhale, lower palms. Inhale, lift arms up and overhead. Intertwine if you'd like. And then just rocking side to side in your seat. And exhale, you can fold forward, rooting through the hips. Hips come back, allowing any tension to roll off the top of your back. When you feel ready, you can come onto hands and knees, coming onto your mat. Be doing some cat cows to bring some more fluidity into the spine. But before we begin, you can also bring a block in between your legs here. You would like to feel the engagement of the thighs. If you want to use the prop as assistance to better strengthen your bridge posts so that you have strength in your core. Imagining the body here as a suspension bridge, perhaps the knees and the hands being two ends. So although we are wanting to bring fluidity into the spine, it's with control. Pulling ears up in space, spreading fingers as wide as you'd like here. Imagining that the hands are feet. Strong, steady breath. Inhale, lift your crown. Release your navel with control. Exhale, push the floor away from you, rounding through your upper back, chin to chest lightly. Inhale, come up through the crown, hips staying strong up, navel drops with control. Tops of feet pressing into the mat. Finger pads pressing into the mat. Exhale, push the floor away, rounding through upper back, chin to chest. Let's do that 3 more rounds using your own breath as an agent of change. Coming back to neutral spine. Feel free to remove the block if you have one. If not, exhale, sit back, send your hips towards your heels, coming into our first child's pose. Stay here or bring some distance, some width between the knees, toes touching, knee maybe side to side of the long length of your mat. Exhale, slide hands forward. Making space always to make your shapes as big as you would like them to be. Stay here, or you can come up on an inhale, dropping your pelvis towards the floor, lifting the crown up, gaze up. Exhale, sit back in child's pose. Three more rounds of breath here in this shape. Good. Coming up to stand. We'll be moving through 3 rounds of Surya Namaskar A, Sun A salutation. During the first round, I will be offering ample modifications, ample variations to the asanas. Feel free to pick and choose the one that works best for you today, knowing that might be different yesterday or that might be different a week from now, and that's okay. So coming to stand, finding your Tadasana. So your mountain pose, you can pedal your feet, making your feet resemble something like 11s. Maybe you lift your toes, making sure your weight is being distributed through your feet, toes just for balance. Exhale, release your toes. Knees slightly bent. Take your fingertips if you'd like, and slightly push your thighs back to bring that natural interior pelvic tilt. Chest above hips, head above heart, tucking ribs in slightly, making sure we're not over flaring the ribs. Arms at our side. Inhale, arms up and overhead, palms face each other here. If you'd like, your fingers can connect at the top, making something like Charlie's Angel's fingers. You can lean side to side using your exhales to fold. Inhales for center. Exhale, fold other side. Inhale to center. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips, dropping chest towards thighs. You can hold on to your elbows here, rock side to side. You can bring your hands to your calves, your shins, big toes, or the mat. You can also interlock them behind your head, letting your head fall forward here. Shaking your head no and yes to help release the neck muscles. When you're ready, drop your palms. Inhale, halfway lift. Arms can come to upper thighs. If they're on your upper thighs, I would like you to, instead of letting them bend, straighten the arms, bringing length into the spine. Imagine that the tailbone and the crown of your head are in one long plank. Or you can bring your hands to your shins, again, maintaining that one long plane from your crown to your tail. Exhale, fold forward. Step back into plank. If you're here, you can always bring your knees down to the ground or stay up in your full arm plank. If you have wrist sensitivities, come down onto blocks on your forearms, or maybe you come onto fists, or you roll up your mat. Exhale, drop your knees, bend your elbows, drop your chest. Inhale, hips meet the mat, coming into baby cobra, or up dog, your choice. exhale, twist your feet if they were tucked. Coming into our first downward facing dog. Head on your feet here. Your knees can bend a great amount. This is still good yoga. Exhale, see if your heels can drop any more amount towards the floor. Ears can come up towards your shoulders. Pressing your weight through the first two fingers in your hand. So the thumb and the pointer fingers. Fingers are wide here. If you find this is too much sensation, you can always come into puppy pose. Staying here for about 3 more rounds of breath total. Lift your legs up one at a time here. When you're ready, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly rolling up through the spine, lower back, middle back, upper back, arms up overhead. If you'd like, your hands can meet up at the top in prayer. Exhale, hands down the midline of your body, stopping at heart center, or exhale, release palms down to your side. 1 round, Surya Namaskar 8. So again, I'll be walking us through on the other side as well, with you being the one in charge to pick which shape you would like to go from. So, finding your Tadasana somewhere near the top of your mat. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Look up or lean back and lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, step back into plank. Next exhale, drop your knees, bend your elbows, drop your chest. Inhale, cobra or any dog variations. Exhale, flip your dog and hips come up and back in space, downward facing dog. Stay here for 4 to 5 breaths. Inhale, step forward, come up, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Giving the self permission to explore the shape within the shape. If you did something last time and would like to try something different right now, give yourself the permission to do different things. Inhale, come up through the spine, slowly rolling up, seeing if you can isolate the bones in the spine. Inhale, arms up overhead, palms meeting up at the top. Exhale, palms down the midline of the body, stopping at heart center. Good. Wiggle asana if you want it. So this does not have to look like anything. In fact, I would like for you to just give yourself permission to look silly. If your neighbor can see you through your window, who cares? Talking to myself on that one, but also, who cares? If it feels good for you, why do we worry about having to explain it to anybody else? So this is just your time to bring in any sort of somatic movement, things that feel good. stretching, flexing, bending, whatever you like. So coming back towards the top of your mat or the middle, let's do the middle today. We'll be coming into the main ingredient portion of our practice. Now that we've warmed up the spine, we've brought in some movement, and if you have noticed your breath at all, you might see or realize that your breath has begun to deepen and lengthen on its own. If not, no worries. You might get there, or you might not. Who cares? Inhale, arms up and overhead. Shoulders dropping away from ears. Exhale, sit back into your chair. Looking down, can you still see your toes? Again, if you'd like to test your balance, you can lift your toes, stay here, or bring arms into cactus. Or you can bring your hands to your upper thighs if you find that it's too taxing on the lower back. And on the exhale breath, hold forward. Again, you can pedal your feet here. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Inhale, come up. Arms up and overhead. Exhale, sit back into your chair one more time. 2 to 3 rounds of deep breath. Soft gaze. Shoulders away from ears. Arms in line with ears. Tucking in your ribs. Pulling your belly button in towards your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Coming down onto your mat. Coming up onto tall knees. And again, pretend this is your Tadasana. So even though our knees are touching and not our feet, you can still separate them hips distance apart. We can still keep our heart over hips, our head over heart. Inhale, step your right foot forward. Tuck your back toes. Drop your palms to frame your foot. Lift up off of your back knee. Low lunge. Stay here, or on an inhale, lift your right arm up and overhead, coming into a twist. Gazing up at your thumb or off to your right side. 3 more deep breaths here. Lifting up off your back foot. Exhale, release palm. Drop your back knee. Send your right knee back, coming into a tabletop for a moment. Hands and knees. Exhale, sit back into child's pose. Inhale, come up. Back to tall knee position. In our tall knee Tadasana. On an inhale, step your left foot forward. Tuck your back toes. Frame your foot with your palms. Inhale, lift up off your back right knee. Stay here in low lunge. On an inhale breath, lift your left palm up towards the sky. Gaze follows thumb or off to the left side somewhere. Staying here for 3 rounds of breath. Good. Drop your palm. Take your time. On exhale, drop your knee. Bend your left knee to the ground. And again, if you'd like to widen your knees, you can. Sit back into a child's pose, or inhale, drop your hips forward, toes touch, lift chest, lift gaze. Coming up into a downward facing dog from hands and knees. So from hands and knees, simply tuck your toes and exhale, send your hips back. Stay here for 4 deep rounds of your breath. And then if you would like to lift a leg and open your hip, feel free to do so. You can bend your knee, bring in some opening to your hips. Good. Inhale, walk your feet forward. Take a break. Elbow to elbow, rock and sway. Inhale, slowly roll up through the spine. Wiggle asana if you wanna. We're gonna be setting up for a wide-legged forward fold, so you can either let your feet come off the mat or change the way you're facing. So facing the long edge of your mat. Sometimes I try to over difficultize things. I don't know if that's a word, it is now. And then I just realized I can just say like turn around. So with your body turned towards the long edge of your mat, feet wide, slight bend in your knee to protect the knees. Exhale, send your hips back, fold forward. If you find this is plenty of sensation, good, stay here. So you can place your hands on your thighs. This is great yoga. Or you can slide your hands down your body, letting your torso fall towards the opening of your legs. You can hold onto your toes here, using your toes as props. You can also bring a block down to the floor and use that to help prop you up. 2 more deep rounds of breath here. But if you'd like, you can walk your hands forward, coming into a wide-legged downward facing dog. Hips up and back in space, fingers wide. Shoulders can come up towards your ears. Seeing if you can sense your breath in your back body here. Good. Inhale, you can walk your hands back towards your body. And with your hands here underneath your shoulders, inhale, lift your right palm up towards the sky, gazing off of your right shoulder or anywhere off to the right side. 2 more deep rounds of breath here. Good. Exhale, release right palm. Inhale, lift left palm up towards the sky. Two more rounds of breath. Good. Exhale, palm, release. Bend your knees. Walk your hands up your body. You can stop here for a pause. So again, dropping shoulders away from ears, twisting into your side body yet again. My toes are externally rotated right now. Two times each side. Come to center, roll up, heel toe, feet together. And once you are standing and upright, let's make our way down to the mat. So coming into plank. Hands wide, pretending their feet, pressing the balls of your foot into your mat. Staying here. Again, if you need to drop your knees, feel free to do so. If you would like to come onto your forearms for any wrist sensitivity, feel free to do so. Ears up in space. When you are ready, exhale, drop your knees, bend your elbows, drop your chest. Inhale, let your hips meet the mat. Extend your arms out long. Palms facing the floor. Tops of feet making contact with the mat. And exhale, reach towards your left foot with your left hand, pulling it towards your body any amount. Forehead to mat. Exhale, release. Take a moment. And your next exhale, reach towards your right toes with your right hand. Exhale, release. On your next inhale breath, lift your left leg and your right arm. Rooting down through your core. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift your right leg, left arm. Good. Exhale, release. Pausing, noticing. On your next inhale breath, lift both arms, both legs. Your core is your center of gravity here. Lifting crown, lifting gaze, your chin so slightly tucked towards your chest. Taking 3 more deep rounds of breath here. Good. Exhale, release with control. Pause, take a moment. When you're ready, roll onto your back. Exhale, hug both knees to chest. Hatha Asana. You can bring your chin more towards your chest as well. Exhale, release. If you'd like to do that one more time, be my guest. Inhale, knees to chest. Rock side to side, giving the back gentle massage. And release your head if you would like. Release your feet towards your mat. And we are almost near the end of our practice. So now we'll come into the gentle restorative asanas before we get to our final resting shape. So to begin, I would ask you to come to sit in a bound angle. So your feet are touching here. You can hold on to your ankles with your hands if you'd like. Or you can bring your hands to prayer. You can also always bring blocks up underneath your legs or a rolled up blanket or toilet paper, whatever you find. Be resourceful. You got it, and if it works, work it. One more deep round of breath here, in through the nose. Maybe pause. Inhale any more amount. Pause. Exhale, let it all go. come to lie on your mat in Hatha Asana. So with your feet still touching here, you can assist your body roll down through the spine, lower back, middle back, upper back. Stay here, or if you'd like to sense for your shoulders, open arms into cactus and press your shoulders into your mat. Press your sit bones into your mat. Press your feet into the mat. Feel which parts of you are making contact with the mat, which parts are not. Feel the way your body rises, lifts, creates space through the body. Feel the way breathing out can create releasing, settling, coming into what is. There is not one part of you that your breath does not reach. On an inhale breath, slowly lift your knees up towards each other. Try to see if you can bring some symmetry into the body, slower than you think you need to go. At some point, your feet will separate from each other and make contact with the mat. And bring your arms to your side. And on an inhale, lift your legs up above the hips. Knees slightly bent, coming into Vipariti Karani, also known as active reversal. Reversing not only the blood flow in the body, but also the energy flow in the body. Remembering we spend so much time upright and on our feet, this might feel like a gentle release for the feet. Letting go of any stuck energy in the legs. You can roll your ankles, switch directions of the rolls. Seeing here how the body might definitely be different on two separate sides. This is okay, it just means we're human. Taking one more deep round of breath here, in through the nose, out through the nose or pursed lips. And on your next exhale, begin to lower the legs, going slower than you think you need to go. Try to see if you can make the down last about 15 to 30 seconds. Taking a moment here. Your next exhale, bring your knees towards your chest. Uppanasana. And again, you can rock side to side. Tuck your chin slightly to give your back of neck some space to be. So next we'll be coming into bridge. And again, if you'd like, blocks are a friend. You can place this in between your knees, bring some intention into the legs, some engagement. Placing your feet about 2 palms distance, 6 to 8 inches away from your glutes. Planting your palms near your side body. And before we lift up, I would like you to press so much so into your mat that you can feel your shoulders turn on. Sense for what your middle back is doing here. On your next inhale, Lift your hips, come up into bridge. Chin slightly tucked. On every inhale, lift your hips. On every exhale, plant your palms and shoulders. 3 more rounds of breath here. Good. On your next exhale, begin to release upper back, middle back, lower back. Good. Remove your block. Bring your knees to chest, rock side to side. For our next asana, we'll be doing Jatara Parvriti, also known as supine recline twist. So, to do this, make sure you have enough space to where your knees won't knock into anything at your side. Knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Inhale, bring your knees up above your hips. Your arms can come out into a T. On an exhale, drop your legs over to the left side. Knees stacked up one on the other. Try to keep your shoulders rooted down to the mat. Stay here or twist your gaze to the right, bringing in a double twist to the body. Stay here for 3 more rounds of your breath. And to use your breath as an agent of change, come up to center on an inhale. Exhale, drop knees over to the right. Again, knees stacked one on top of the other. Rooting down through the shoulders, soft gaze, or eyes closed, your choice. And if you did it on the other side, I would like you to exhale, turn your gaze to the left. And again, bringing in a double twist of sorts to the spine. Deep round of your breath. Good. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, release feet down to the floor. Pause for a moment here. If you'd like, you can bring one hand to your chest, one to your belly, and feel the way your breathing body feels right now. Notice for temperature in not only your body, but your breath. Notice for any sensation you feel after the yoga asanas. Feeling known as the sesha, the leftover residue that yoga brings to the body. Noticing any difficult things that may have come up when we bring this much attention to our breath, our body, and our mind. Looking at them through loving eyes, realizing every part of you is okay here. Good. Inhale, lift your left arm up and overhead. Exhale, drop your knees to the left. Slowly pushing yourself up to sit in a comfortable seated position. We'll now be coming into the pranayama portion of our asana class. So pranayama meaning the breathing practice. portion. This is optional. If at any point in time it becomes too much, you can always return to your normal breath. If at any point in time you don't want to be doing a certain breath practice or asana, whatever it is, always remember you have the choice to back out, and always remember that you have the choice to push through too. So the choice being yours, no answer more correct than the other. So coming to sit, comfortable seated position, tall spine. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Again, you can come up and sit on a block. I'll be guiding you all through Sama-Friti, also known as same breath, equal breath, box breath. I will be walking you through 10 rounds, after which I invite you to do 6 more on your own. And after which I will give you all about a minute of silence so you can just notice anything, sit with it. And again, everything is optional except for your breathing. So to begin, we'll take a cleansing exhale breath together. So everybody inhale deep through your nose. Exhale through pursed lips. One more. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the lips. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. 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 return to your normal breath, and we'll be enjoying about 1 minute of silence. Good. If you are ready, we can lower down onto our mat, coming down to our final resting shape, our shavasana. And before we fade out into silence, I'll be walking you all through a gentle body scan where you can use this moment to give these parts of you gratitude or even simply acknowledgement for getting you through life. So there's not one part of you that's not important to your mechanism. So coming down to lie down flat, I usually turn on some sounds for this portion. So you'll hear some light meditation music in the background. You can use this as an anchor. If anything becomes too much, you can always come back to your breath. And if things come up in your mind, that's okay. Give yourself grace. You're doing your best. So that's all we can really do. I learned in school through my amazing instructor, Libby, that Shavasana should be cozy. So preparing by putting on warm socks, putting on a sweater, remembering that when we relax down into these levels of relaxation, our body temperature can drop. So coming to lie on your mat, you can bring a rolled up pillow, blanket, towel, bolster, blocks, whatever you have underneath your knees to make this a more restorative shape. You can put little bean bags in your hands, place a rag over your eyes, anything to make this more restorative. If I'm going to transform. Going to lie with the feet wide, perhaps externally rotating out, chin slightly tucked to give the back of your neck space to be. Bring your attention to the crown of your head. Forehead, eyebrows, the creases between your eyebrows, seeing if you can allow for any more tension to melt away. Eyes, soft gaze or eyes closed, your choice. Inner ears, outer ears. Remembering any outside noise is just that, outside noise. cheekbones, nose, and the temperature and sensation of your breath, lips, teeth slightly parted, tongue resting on the roof of your mouth, lower jaw, swallowing once if you'd like to release any tension from the jaw, throat, back of your neck, shoulder blades, tops of your shoulders, aka your collarbones, armpits, upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, tops of the hand, palms of the hand, fingers, finger pads, the webbing in between your fingers, upper back, upper spine, chest and heart, sides of your rib cage, your belly button and the way it rises and falls as you breathe, middle back, lower back, and where it connects to the tops of your hips, sit bones, butt, sacrum, the bottom of your hips and where they connect to the top of your thighs, knees, back of the knees, calves, shins, ankles, Achilles tendons, tops of the feet, toes, soles of the feet. My voice is now going to fade away, and we'll be enjoying about 3.5 to 4 minutes of complete silence where I'd like you to just give yourself permission to do nothing other than to be and other than to breathe. like to bring some subtle movement back into the body, you can begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, make circles with the wrists, circles with your ankles. Inhale, lift your arms up and overhead, giving yourself one last long pencil stretch. Exhale, bring knees to chest. Inhale, lift your right arm up and overhead. Exhale, slowly roll over to your right side, pause. When you're ready, you can slowly push yourself up to sit in the comfortable seated position of your choice. I challenge you to switch which leg goes on top every once in a while. So with your palms on your knees, or you can bring your hands to heart center. Let's take a moment to close out this practice. Feeling the sensation that we all have created within ourselves. This feeling. Remember that we are so powerful. We can just tap into our breath, tap into our mind. Thank yourself for creating time, creating space for not only your asana practice, but for your breath, your body, your mind. Sometimes showing up can be the hardest thing, but sometimes it's just the only step we need to take for some magic to happen. May this feeling spread good ripples into the rest of your day, week, or month, and may we all live like the lotus flower at home in the muddy waters. Namaste. Thank you all for watching. For you all, but I mean me, myself, and I right now. So also thank you for bearing with me. This is my first time doing something like this. So stay tuned, more to come, and may you have a lovely rest of your day.